Welcome back, everybody. We're just yakking. We're just talking.
Well, we're already enjoying our next guest.
Yes, we are indeed.
With that.
This is Monday, and we love to learn on Mondays about many different things. We just had our Money Monday, and now it's M-Day Monday. We're learning about from marriages to mortgages with the author of the book, Kathleen Kott, and Rob Flint, who is a facilitator. Nice to have both of you. Kathleen, welcome back to the show.
Thanks so much. We had fun the last time. We're back again.
Exactly. Well, we're going to be talking about some great seminars and retreats that you have coming up. But I think first, in case people have missed the segment when we talked about the book, remind the viewers what the book is all about.
From Marriages to Mortgages came about because I was spending so much time talking about mortgages. I figured I'd better write it down so they could take it home for homework. The first chapter helps people get into the conversation about talking about finances and what that's all about, and budgets and how to put it all together. So that's, it's just a roadmap. Like a big sister's been talking to them as opposed to something that's clinical, and just to get them started. And it's going to be actually used as part of the foundation of the seminars and the retreat.
Well, let's talk about the seminar, because it's really a great introduction to this retreat that you have planned. Tell us about the seminar.
The seminar is going to help people take a look at their belief systems and find out whether or not, some of them are working or not working. And it's about honoring where people are coming from, because we all have different belief systems about money, about marriages, about the obstacles and different things. And, this is not therapy. It's not about being right or wrong. It is about getting into a conversation. And I believe that we all have the answers. We just need to have space to talk about it, and we'll find a way to uncover what's important for us.
And Rob, your involvement as a facilitator, as we understand it, the seminar is first, and then it's sort of a lead into the culmination, which is the retreat. Am I right?
Yeah, later on this year, yes.
Yeah.
We're hoping to have young couples get together, and we'll facilitate their involvement, their sharing of information, and we'll just bring that forward into the retreat later on in the year.
Yeah, Rob, when we spoke to you before the show, you were saying, this isn't necessarily a serious lecture that you're talking about. This is going to be something where everybody can share their ideas,
exactly,
correct?
Yes, more interactive, more sharing of information, sharing of people's goals, their obstacles, what their worries are, and trying to overcome that and share the information with everybody and get everybody comfortable with moving forward with the love and the journey that they're going to have.
You mentioned just a moment ago, Rob, that it's primarily, is it for young couples, or could somebody that's been married for years also benefit?
Yeah, I think really, the more we have a diversity, regardless of where you're coming from, I think that that's going to add to the value. It's what you bring. It's not going to be what you get. It's going to be, if you're coming, you're going to come with a token of love. You're going to come with a poem. You're going to teach us how to juggle. You're going to come with something that you're contributing to the process. And that's going to change how we interact with one another when you realize it's not, hey, I'm going to sit here and wait for somebody to tell me something. No, you're contributing as much as the next person beside you. And so we're hoping that that mindset is going to make a difference in terms of what we're trying to do. It's a courageous journey, taking the path of love, You start and you face one another, and that's a really scary thing to do, when you face each other and betroth your love to one another. And then what? And then we sort of work on trying to create that magic again. The life strategy, which we're going to work on together, is something that's going to support the couple in going forward and really bringing the passion out.
Yeah, when we spoke to you before the show, Kathleen, we were talking about finances, and of course, this book is a great title, because marriages and mortgages, they do have a connection to each other.
They do.
And I don't think enough of us think about the financial side of marriage. How important is it really?
Well, my big thing these days is to talk about you're blessed with enough. And that oftentimes we get caught up in the game of accumulation and greed and interest rates, and it just gets a little too tight to be having conversations with one another, and then belief systems get rolled up within that. So finance is a huge part of what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the belief systems. Why do we think this way? Why do we ask questions about interest rate when really we have to look at where are we going in the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years as important factors? The interest rate should complement that, but we shouldn't be living our life just to pay bills. It should really be a fun experience, and that's my objective.
So there's not a lot of long-term planning in your opinion for a lot of couples.
Yeah,
right?
And we have dreams, we have goals. In chapter 1, at the end of chapter 1, we talk about life as a landscape. When we realize that we're like kings and queens, And kings and queens stand in high ground, and they observe the landscape together. When you're standing on high ground, you can see where the problems are going to be. Right. And that's the objective. In my mind, we need to work on the landscape. We need to look at all of what's in front of us. We'll make better decisions just because we're standing on higher ground. That's what the retreat is all about, is to get you to that place so you can talk to one another. No phones, no televisions, but we'll have some fun.
You mentioned a little earlier about belief systems, and one of the focuses, I think, is on harmonizing belief systems.
Exactly.
Is that because oftentimes couples come in and one has a certain beliefs and another one has other ones, and if they don't match, it's just not going to work?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And you know, when you're having babies, too, my son is about to have his first child, and we've been talking about, okay, well, he's going to be a ballet dancer, or he's going to be a hockey player, and all of a sudden we have a whole other conversation going on. It's like, well, what do you mean we're going to be doing this? So this is about creating an opportunity that the roadmap that you had, that you brought into the marriage, might be different. And, you know, the objective will be to focus on that. You know, when we get married, we ask a question, somebody responds positively, a whole flurry of activity happens focusing on the day, and then it sort of drops off. Well, this is to try and get that flurry of activity happening again, focused on intention. At the end of the retreat, you'll have a renewal of vow ceremony. Okay. So that's to, you know, really get committed again to what it is that we're trying to do.